Can you pass me my glasses? Howdy. Hi, guys.
Howdy. Hey.
Welcome to Wine and React.
Hi. I'm Raina.
I'm Cass.
We're Wine and React.
Wine and React. We forgot our wine bottle.
We
Hold
did.
on. I'll grab it, guys.
Okay.
This
is our first live video, so.
First live video. It's something that we might be doing a little bit more frequently.
Just trying this out.
Trying it out. Trying to be more active on the channel. So what we were drinking when we actually did watch the full season of Harlots, season 1, was...
Yes, we had Menage a Trois, the sweet collection, Dulce sweet red blend. It was phenomenal.
It did the job.
I highly recommend.
Yeah.
Excellent wine.
So, as you may see from the thumbnail, we can get right into it.
Yes.
We watched the full season of Harlots, season 1. We enjoyed it enough where we might just watch season 2 and 3. But if we see a lot of feedback, maybe we'll just do it faster.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, I guess we can get straight into like the characters.
Yeah.
What we liked, what we didn't like, the overview of the overall plot.
Yeah, I mean, let us know if you've actually watched it for yourself. This was a phenomenal show, and the marketing was awful.
Yeah,
Horrible
marketing. I never even knew that this show existed.
Yeah.
Until now, I was like 2017. What was I doing? I pretty sure I was watching television as well as Hulu. So I don't know why I had never heard of it, but excellent casting. Very realistic in terms of even like the set design, outfits, well written.
Yep.
Very well written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Harlots. You have Harlots. So you have a boarding house, and the crux of the series, the crux, the main characters really is Margaret Wells and her 2 daughters, Lucy and Charlotte.
Yes.
Margaret.
This is also taking place in 18th century London.
Yes.
At a time where prostitution was very common. Most women were prostitutes, who were born into working class backgrounds. But yeah.
Oldest profession in the book.
Yes.
And the whole storyline really goes around these 3 women, though. Like I said, it's Margaret Wells, her daughters, which the oldest is Charlotte Wells,
yes.
And then the youngest is Lucy Wells. Charlotte, she knows. She knows these streets.
Yes. Okay. So in the beginning, I think when the series first started,
yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, Charlotte's living her best life because she seems to have had the best outcome of all the other prostitutes in the series. So I'm like, oh, she's successful.
Let's call them harlots.
Oh, okay. Harlots.
I feel like that's a lighter word that might not be censored by YouTube.
Oh, okay. So I'm not supposed to call them
what they are.
Yes. So, yeah, like in the very beginning, you see, Charlotte living in a very wealthy part of town. She has a suitor who's pursued her as like for lack of a better term, a full-time madam outside of his wife. And like she pretty much gets paid a salary. She is able to go to high-end elite events. Yeah, she's able to
She's gambling away all his money.
Yes, yeah, she has all the jewelry. She's living her best life for the most part.
Yeah, I think her storyline, especially in the very beginning, it's intended to let us know this is as far as it goes for them. This is what you're looking for if you're a woman in this position. If you're a woman in this position, you're looking for what they call a keeper.
Yes.
Right? And to be some well-to-do fellow's mistress, really. And so that's the position that Charlotte is in, and she is, like I said before, the oldest sister. On the other hand, though, you have the younger sister, Lucy, in the very beginning, who, even though she's been around this her entire life, right, she lives in this boarding house with her mother, with all of the harlots. She's hasn't been introduced into this world fully yet, and her mother is kind of like towing her about town, trying to entice lucky gentlemen to pay the right price, pretty much.
Yes, because she's becoming of age, and essentially Margaret has goals for their family in terms of where they're going to live and how they're able to get to the next stage. And it's essentially based on the money that she's earning from the women that she manages in the brothel.
Yeah.
So.
And then I think that's like our main storyline, and we follow them. But another huge piece of this is we're quickly introduced to Lydia Quigley.
Yes, she's like the contrast character to Margaret.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
also another
opposing.
madam.
Another madam. They're opposing houses, opposing brothels. And the first thing I noted when we were first introduced is that Lydia Quigley seems to be running, surface level, a cleaner, more prestigious house.
High-end society brothel.
Yes.
That's what you're under the impression of. Like,
yes.
Oh, these people are, these women are going to be millionaires. Like,
yeah.
They are elitist.
The wigs are wigging.
Yeah, of that time. Magnificent.
Exactly. The powder makeup is powdering. Below and hold, though.
Lo and behold.
Behold.
Yeah, pretty much Lydia is a trafficker. She's snatching the girls. She is essentially presenting her services as, like, especially to, unassuming young women in the community, potential nannies, potential housemaids. If you need to find work, come with me. And these are essentially women who are snatched and sold off to rich elite.
And killed.
In the end. Like, it's implied. It isn't ever explicitly said, but
yeah.
We see the girls, they're crying, oh my gosh, away from their family, and they're never to be seen or heard from again.
Yeah, it's strongly implied that these women are not just being kidnapped and sold, but also murdered. I think one of the scenes that stood out was when she kidnapped this girl, and she passes her hands on the entryway, and there's blood there.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the strongest scene that kind of indicates that. It tells the audience what supposedly happened to these girls. And I just think it's the contrast between the two houses are interesting, because all the scenes with Margaret's house, and she even moves to a brand new home.
Yes.
Right across from her. So in a nicer area of town. So she's moving up in the world. But even then, like, you still see that contrast where, like, it's more gritty. It's not as clean. It's not as prestigious. But at the same time, even though Lydia Quigley's home is presented to be the better of the two, it's uglier.
Yeah.
And
there's less ethics.
Yes. And one of the key things is she locks the door whenever for all of her girls, pretty much.
Yeah.
She locks them in the room, so
they can't leave.
They can't leave.
They don't have the option.
Yeah.
Whereas people have, the women had the option to come and go
as they please. Yeah.
In Margaret's home, which in the series, definitely wasn't an advantage in some contexts. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think even some of the girls that were of higher caliber, let's say, at Quigley's house,
mm-hmm.
It was clear that they weren't there of their own free will.
Yeah, the minute that they had the opportunity to jump ship, they did.
Yeah. As opposed to Margaret's home, where you kind of, you get, they're not the main characters, so you don't get too much of them, but the little that you do get, one of them had mentioned, the money I earn here helps to feed my kid that's being watched by my sister, somewhere else in the UK. Mm-hmm. So you understand that this isn't something that anyone would choose to do, but it's their choice. Mm-hmm. So that's also a huge part of that contrast.
Yeah.
What else stood out to you this season?
Oh my goodness. The different types of men that are involved in these operations.
Yeah.
I guess the standout star is Margaret's man. I don't. Is he her boyfriend, fiance, husband? Sorry, we didn't mean to almost drop the laptop. Jeez.
Okay, we'll hold on.
Just hold on. We're going home. So yeah, Margaret Wells's husband?
It's her husband.
It's her husband. What is his name?
William North.
William North? Phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's the only honest man on this show. He's not dealing with the prostitutes.
I mean,
well, Margaret, she's retired. She's retired, and they have a child together.
they do have a child
but he's
together.
the muscle. He makes sure that they get their money, that nobody messes with them,
Yeah.
that they are always safe. He comes through for other people. He's a protector. He's a protector. So I appreciated that. And then he's like one of the only black people. Well, not only, but there are a couple of them sprinkled in the show. But it's a strong representation of a black man.
I like his character a lot.
Yeah.
He is like silent muscle. But I think it also speaks to the acting in this show, where you also understood how strong a connection that they had.
Yeah. A very early interracial relationship.
And even, I think the first standout thing that I noticed was that Margaret's daughters, again Charlotte and Lucy, call him father.
Yeah.
Call him their father. So I was like, oh, okay. And so they build on this dynamic very early on, but Margaret is heavily reliant on him to maintain her business.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then a few other standout characters. There's a lot, so I am referring to a cast list.
Yes.
So let's talk
about Charlotte's keeper.
Oh God,
I hate him. I hated him. I was like, do we spoil? Do we do a spoiler on that?
No, let's leave that. You guys can watch that.
Yeah, but we encourage everyone to watch. It was a great show.
Yes, so that's Sir George that we're referencing.
Hated him.
Yeah, he was
very dramatic. It was very much giving Love and Hip Hop 18th century. It was very. I was like, just every moment with Charlotte was like, oh, she's talking bad about me. I'm gonna go and do something to hurt her back. Like, it's just what? Yeah. It was very childish. He didn't feel like an adult. He felt like a child with money.
Yeah, I mean,
an evil child with money.
I feel like that's that probably speaks volumes for the men of his time, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably what you were dealing with back then. So it is what it is. And then Harriet Lennox.
Yes.
So she is someone also thrown in.
Yeah.
And she gets thrown in. So she's another black woman, who we meet, I want to say a few episodes in. One of Margaret's ex-lovers is back in town from Virginia with his children, and he refers to her as his wife.
Yes. Even though they're not, they couldn't be legally married on paper. But
but I mean, I can't speak for the UK, but definitely from where he was making his business, which is Virginia, no. But it's also understood that he owns her.
Yes.
So she is a woman who is enslaved at this time. So that already creates a lot of gray area.
Yeah.
And I can't speak too much to their relationship because I don't think we saw enough of that dynamic.
No. We just know that there were 2 children produced, and she called him her husband, and he just was in agreement with it.
Yeah. He also referred to her as his wife.
Yeah.
But he was also in love with Margaret, and it seemed like something from way back when. It was connecting with the old flame or something.
Yeah.
But he ends up dying.
Yeah, in the series.
And then that introduces us a little bit more closely to his son, who I can't find on this list.
Yeah, but the son, so he was horrible. He had the intention of selling Harriet's children.
His half-siblings.
Yeah, his half-siblings, because, he was pissed that, Harriet clearly had an inappropriate relationship with his father while, his mother was essentially dying. And he was pissed. And I mean, for good reason, but like he didn't have to go and
It's still vile.
It's vile. He didn't have to go to the extremes to try to sell her kids, but luckily George, not George. I'm talking about William North, because George didn't do nothing. William helps Harriet to get her kids back, and was essentially the muscle for her to make sure that her kids weren't sold in the Americas.
And really that's great. Played by Danny Sapani, by the way. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right, Danny Sapani. But I'm gonna put a little photo of him up here.
Great actor, very great actor. But yeah, that was super interesting.
Yeah. And I felt like they left us wanting more.
Yes.
I feel like the big question marks that leave us wanting more is when it comes to these murders, these kidnappings that you see that Lydia Quigley is involved in. It's like, okay, we know that the elite are, we're seeing it from the bottom.
Yeah.
But we understand that these girls are going to elite men.
Yes.
And who's behind it? Who's at the top? That's one big question mark. I think that we want to find out what happens to both of Margaret's daughters, Lucy and Charlotte, because like I said, they are really two of the strongest characters.
Yes.
Lucy annoys me. I don't like her.
I don't think that she makes good decisions. Like she's very
young.
Yeah, she's very impulsive. I think to be quite honest, the latter half of the season, she kind of caused a lot of the issues that were going on, to be quite honest.
But it's like, I'm annoyed watching it, but it's hard to blame her because at the same time...
She is a child. She's a minor.
Child forced into this situation.
Yeah.
With an awful... I like the character of Margaret Wells, but when you put it into perspective...
She's awful. She's a horrible mom. But, it's just like... It's like, how good could you really be in that context?
Yes. So. And it's, in a way, also, and you see this through it's more so through the acting, not when you kind of pull yourself back and think objectively.
Yeah.
But she really, you can tell that she believes, like what Raina just said, how good is her daughter is going to have it in this world.
Yeah.
So she sees, okay, this is as high as they can get. I'm going to get them there.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
And
that is what I can do for my children.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there was no options for them to be scholars. There was no options. Oh, your daughter's going to be a doctor. It wasn't the time. So yeah, some people just had to pop it for pen. That was just that's what was going on. What else did we?
I feel like there are so many characters involved.
Yeah. Aside from the questions about who are the elites, I want to see the outcome of the potentially budding relationship with Harriet and William North, because to me,
I hope nothing buds out of that.
I hope so as well. He seems like the most honest man on the show, but you can see little dynamics like. Harriet might be like, oh, he's a protector. He helped me save my kids, and I don't really have too much going on. I'm trying to be the head honcho, whatever, because it's feminine, so it's whatever. So I want to be the top dogette, I don't know, of this household. So, do I have to take Margaret's man? Like, I don't know. I'm more into the mess. I want the mess for the rest of the series. So,
I mean, I feel like what it highlighted to me was that this woman has a pattern of relying on men for survival.
Yeah.
And so when she finds herself without one, she looks to where she can, use her womanly ways to persuade them into becoming a protector, person for her. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it speaks to
the times.
It speaks to what she's experienced in the past, maybe the only source of protection she's ever had. Mm-hmm. And so this is a coping mechanism, but don't be a homewrecker.
Yeah. I agree.
And then I think we can't not speak about this character. It is, hold on. So this character's name is Emily Lacey, and she is played by Holly Dempsey. Here is a picture of Holly Dempsey.
Emily Lacey. That, listen, she's the
A hot mess.
She's a hot mess, but she also represents, like, sometimes you don't know the right decision to make. Sometimes the grass isn't really greener on the other side, because when you think about it, Emily, you initially, because she comes off as like a very quick-witted, smart, kind of sarcastic woman, and she thought that it made more sense to go to Lydia Quigley's brothel. Lo and behold, they're starving them. Lo and behold, they're locking them away. Lo and behold, she's getting, beat up
Abused, yeah.
by,
Gentleman.
the gentleman who's coming to visit her. It's a lot of nonsense. So she's trying to escape, but at the same time, it's like, you done sold out Margaret by the River just by associating with Lydia. Oh, and that's also another backstory. Lydia and Margaret's relationship goes back to before them
She
just
was
running.
even born.
Yeah, pretty much. I think, was she involved with her mother as well?
Her mother was one of her girls.
Yes, and also Margaret was one of her girls when she became of, well, not even of age. She was 10 years old.
Whatever age it was back then.
Yeah, so it's a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, a lot of, like, generational rivalries, a lot going on.
I think Holly did a really good job playing Emily Lacey. She is another character that we see a lot of in season 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, grass isn't greener. Like I said, there's a huge contrast between what you're seeing from Margaret Wells' house, Lydia Quigley's house. I think she fell for the pretty outside.
Yeah.
And to be honest, though, like, she seemed to be one of Margaret Wells' best girls. We know that she's uneducated, she can't read, but she is quick-witted.
Yes.
Right. She is funny.
Yeah.
And she knows her ways. Yeah. Right? She knows her way around. And so I think it was, first you kind of have to admire. She's like, I want more than this.
Yes.
Where can I get it? Because it also seems like the whole concept of having a keeper, even though that is the highest achievement you can have in that profession, it's not accessible to everyone.
No. Some people just flat out can't get it.
Margaret Wells' children, even though that they are in that same profession, you compare them to Emily, they are educated. They can read. Lucy plays the piano. They've had an education. Margaret Wells has ensured that they had an education. And so they're able to be in circles, hold conversation, hold a certain type of wit amongst the elite that we see, and keep their attention through that. And so we see disparity even in that. Yeah,
it's a huge analysis of class, the entire series.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Well,
anything else?
I think that's it. I think we're definitely. I don't want to say definitely gonna watch season 2.
Yeah, no, I am. Yes, we are.
Okay, maybe we'll do it, or maybe Raina will do the next review for season 2.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
See what happens.
But don't forget to like, comment,
and subscribe.
Give this video a thumbs up, guys. Please, it really does help.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.